Well, hello there to everyone in Faith, Theology and Doctrines. I thought that it would be appropriate, here we are at the end of week 5, at the beginning of the mid-semester break, to make contact with you in this form and to make some general responses to the tutorials of the previous 2 weeks. Before that, I just hope that everyone feels as if they're going along well in this unit, finding it engaging and interesting. My observation from the contributions on the tutorial are that people are certainly engaging with the issues. I'm encouraged by the questions that are being asked and some of the answers that are being given to my questions as well. So all looks good to me, and I hope that you feel also that a good foundation is being laid for the second half of the semester, which of course begins after the Easter break. I'm not going to go in a lot of detail about responses to the tutorial notes. Just a few comments about particularly the first one, Feuerbach, week 3, and the general issue of the projection theory. I think it was good to see some nuanced responses to that, not just saying, well, Feuerbach's wrong, but people engaging, well, there's a serious issue here. I think, and one of those serious issues was picked up by one person in kind of asking the question, well, it could be, of course, that our tendency to create ideas about God and to be drawn towards God may in fact be a consequence of the fact that we've been created in the image of God. It's not just something to be regarded negatively as a projection, but actually is indeed part of our humanity because of what humanity is. And to some extent that's related to the issue that I think the projection theory often misses, and that is the extent to which, if you argue that the projection theory, or the projection of ideas about God is a feature of human thought, and if this domain of thought actually represents a projection, then why should it not apply across the board to all domains of thought? If this is a projection, then why not atheism being a projection? It seems to me that's often something about the projection theory and the rhetoric around it that's actually not acknowledged. The other thing I wanted to say is to be alert to the fact that what is argued in the projection theory is in some continuity with the Jewish prophetic tradition that was deeply aware of the human capacity to be deluded about that which is ultimately important, namely God. I think that we ought to recognize that and to realize that the very existence of the projection theory, even if we ultimately reject it, does put its finger on that particular aspect of human nature, that we like to make things into God which are not God. And this is something that the Jewish prophets understood at the very heart of their prophetic calls to Israel. And I think it's something that we need to keep in mind, where we know from our history as the Christian movement, and I'm sure from our own personal experience, that we often do indeed make things God that are not God. Just a couple of final comments about the week 4 tutorial, where the Jewishness of Jesus was raised and what it meant for the kingdom of God to be the filter through which to interpret Jesus and to understand what the kingdom of God was and is. Raised a question in the tutorials about the meaning of Israel. I think theologically I would want to resist talking about Israel as a place, and I think to theologically equate Israel with the present state of Israel formed in the 20th century is inappropriate. Now this is a complex issue because in a sense to honour what we think Israel is can't be divorced from land. So any sense of continuity that we have with Israel will always run into that particular question. Nevertheless, I think for Christians, Israel is a theological concept about the people that God has called to bring, to be the medium of God's promises to the world. And I think one of the most enduring and important lessons of 20th century theology, coupled to the events of 20th century history, is the need to reclaim and to be reminded of Jesus' own Jewishness, and therefore of Christianity's ongoing relationship with the people of Israel. Okay, look, I think that's all I need to say for now. I hope you have a really good break. I know many of you will be simply using it to write essays and study outlines, etc. I hope that you nevertheless are able to enjoy this break from the lectures, and I also hope that you come back in week 6 energized for the second half of this unit. Okay, all the best, bye.